All right. It is Wednesday, March 24th. Many of you know me. Many of you have followed me throughout a lot of things that I've worked on. Give you a quick history if you don't know who I am. My name is John. Some people call me John Fu, JF Urande, all sorts of Johns. But you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. You'll probably end up seeing this on Facebook. But what this is a discussion of my journey, and this journey is a brand new journey, a journey that I've never been on, a journey that I felt I needed to go through, but I didn't know I needed to go through until something horrible happened, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate that I didn't realize until that happened that I needed to do some self-analyzing. And the fact that that happened at that point is the sad part. I ended up fracturing my leg January 10th. When I fractured it, it caused the two bones in my ankles to separate and tore the ligaments inside. A few days later, they had to do surgery on it and put a screw through it and push the bones back together so the ligaments could heal properly. So I went through that, and a couple days later, my best friend, Mr. Bobby, he tells me, he goes, be careful. He's like, don't let this stress you out. Don't let this cause you to get depressed. Don't allow this to turn you into, to eat sloppy and start putting on a bunch of weight. And at that point, I hadn't really thought about it. I hadn't really, because I've never been a depressed person. I've never been somebody that's, that goes through things like that. I mean, if I'm sad, yeah, I'll be sad, or, if I'm angry or whatever. But I don't think I've ever really allowed my circumstances to make me feel sorry for myself. And if you saw the video last week, I have a prosthetic leg. I'm below the knee amputee. So I'm definitely, I can get through adversity. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't scare me. But he did make me think, and mostly about the putting on weight and things like that. I'm already a big guy, so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get bigger than what I was. And at that point, I ended up staying with my parents for like 2 weeks right after the surgery to kind of get used to things. And then February 8th, I ended up moving back to my place in LA. And when I moved back to my place in LA, I decided I'm going to do something I've never done before. And on one of the trips to pick up my kids during that first 2 weeks, me and Bob were in the car driving to pick up my kids in LA, and we were in Bakersfield. And a friend of ours, who also does the movie stuff with us, had mentioned an idea about a film about this guy who teaches this kid on how to do photography and things like that. So on the drive, me and Bob me and Bob ended up usually on drives like that, or this time separated from everybody else, we end up really putting these films together, which I'll explain to you at another time. But so we talked about this film. So when I got back home, I ended up sitting down to write the film. And I did it unlike I've ever written anything else before. Meaning, usually I will handwrite everything in these tiny notebooks. Ugh. These are all movies, TV shows, thoughts, poems, lyrics, everything. And so I usually write everything out just because I like to, sometimes I can write faster than I can type. But this one was a little bit different. I ended up typing this one. Don't have it on paper. I only went straight to the computer, started typing it out. Typed out 103 pages, within less than a week. And the only reason I was able to do that is because once I started, it became therapy. I was able to flush out a lot of things that I hadn't dealt with, things that I thought I had dealt with, things that I thought I had handled. But I guess I hadn't. By the end of some of the days, I mean, I was just in full-blown tears, like devastated, hurt, and then happy at the same time. I did a lot of bad things. I caused a lot of pain that I had went through that I hadn't dealt with. I had carried over to relationships that I had been in, and for that I apologize. I'm still trying to apologize, because I feel that it wasn't fair that I allowed what some other person did to me to interfere with how I was going to move forward in a relationship. I was scared. I was scared to death. I was terrified, especially of dating a woman with kids. I mean, it really terrified me, scared me. Like, I had all these preconceived notions that I didn't want to date somebody with children because of the things that I had went through. And I needed to really look at that, because I was happy. I was actually very happy in my last relationship, and I got scared. And when we started having problems, I probably, like a lot of you, we started imagining all these red flags, and oh my gosh, this isn't right. I can't do this. Just so many things start going through your head. And I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I would have handled that situation better. Because when I look back at it now, it was a very happy time in my life. Something that there's days I do wish I had that back. But this is now me trying to figure things out. This is me trying to use this time wisely. And I think I've used it wisely. I think I've turned it into something pretty freaking awesome. I was able to write a brand new feature film. It's already mostly been casted. I'm just waiting on the on the main lead, who's reading it, and I'm just waiting for that. Just finished editing a movie that we had shot in November, that took me a little less than a month to put together, and maybe it was about 2 weeks to put that together. I get to watch the first pass today. So I have been very, very productive, and I've started a physical journey. So I'm using this time to fix myself emotionally, to fix myself physically, I was sent a meme that I'm basically in a metamorphosis. I'm in this cocoon, and when I come out, I will be a beautiful butterfly. But it's something, I guess, that artists and poets go through, where this big change, where they realize something is there needs to be a change, and that's where I got to. It's unfortunate that the circumstances had to make me get to that point, but it's great because I did use the time wisely. So if something happens to you, for me to go through all that, to basically say, look, no matter what comes at you, you have to use it. You have to deal with it. You have to get past it. Don't allow the pain and the hurt that you have gone through, the physical, the emotional, don't allow that to hinder how you move forward in life. Embrace it. Embrace it and own it, so you can move past it, so you can take advantage and make something better out of it. Learn from it. Trust me. Don't wait for a horrible accident to happen to you where you have no other choice but to deal with it. That's what happened to me. I should have made this decision a long time ago to deal with these things, but for whatever reason, I hadn't been in that emotional place. I hadn't been there yet, and I'm there. I feel like I'm in the best. physically, I'm the best that I've ever been. And I'm enjoying this journey, and I still have a ways to go. So follow me. I'll keep updating. I'll keep doing more things. I had to flush out this first part of it. So forgive me for, giving you so much insight into me, but I needed to give you that so you would understand the rest of them. So take advantage of the situations, learn, and be great at what you do. Smile, laugh, be amazing, because you have that ability. We all have that ability. All right. So I'll show you more later. I'll talk more, and hopefully if you have any questions, hit me up. If you get a good laugh out of it, awesome. But hey, maybe you might learn something. I don't know. I'm learning, so never too old to learn. All right, have a good one.